This is ITV News Central. Good evening. The moment a woman was run over by her own car and dragged down the street has been captured on her own CCTV camera. Nikki Law-Priddy tried desperately to stop the carjacker and remarkably escaped with just a broken finger and some bruising. Callum Watkinson reports.
A thief was determined to steal Nikki Law-Priddy's car last Thursday lunchtime, but the mother of one from Bartley Green was just as determined to stop him. She told a newspaper that at this point she was warning the man he was going to kill her. Her appeals ignored, she is dragged all the way across the road. It's about 30 feet from the driveway where Nikki grabbed hold of her car to the point just over there where she was finally forced to let go of it. She was left with bruising on her legs and back and a broken finger. But when you look again at those pictures, it's remarkable that her injuries weren't worse. Had she slipped under the wheels, the outcome might have been much more serious. As passers-by come to Nikki's aid, the driver speeds away. Remarkably, a few moments later, he returns, swerving around his victim before making his escape. West Midlands police have recovered the car. A 25-year-old man has been arrested and bailed. Callum Watkinson, ITV News, Bartley Green.
Derbyshire's chief fire officer has been cleared of raping a woman at a pub. Sean Frain denied raping the woman in 2006, claiming he'd had consensual sex with her. The jury reached its verdict in just 14 minutes. Both Mr Frain and his wife were in tears as they left Derby Crown Court. The Fire Service Authority says it'll now meet as a matter of urgency to determine Mr Frain's future.
In terms of a return to work, if that's something that the authority, as and when they determine that, then that's something that the service would support. In the same way that we do, again, any employee that's been absent for a lengthy period of time, there's a number of different support arrangements that are put in place to sort of re-induct someone back into the workplace.
Another West Mercia police officer has been given a misconduct notice over the way the force dealt with a previous attack by a convicted murderer. Jamie Reynolds was jailed for life for the murder of Georgia Williams in 2013. In 2008, he lured a young girl back to his home in Telford and tried to strangle her. 8 officers and 1 member of police staff have been served with misconduct notices by an investigating force. A mother of 2 disabled children from Birmingham says she and her family have lost their independence after thieves stole her car with her son's wheelchair inside. Sarah Sorrell from West Heath says without the vehicle she can't take her 3 boys out. Stacey Foster reports.
Who can put the hand up?
Keeping 3 young boys entertained at home isn't easy at the best of times. But for Sarah Sorrell, it's now her only option after the family car was stolen at the weekend.
It's just horrible knowing that someone's been in your home while you've been here. I was asleep on the settee when it happened. I didn't hear a thing at all. It's been the second car that was taken from the home in just over a year. You just feel like someone's targeting you or you're being watched. I just don't feel safe in my home. I don't want to be here. I just don't feel safe at all. And knowing that the children are now scared, Dylan's scared to go to bed, it breaks my heart.
But they struggled to leave the house without it. Dylan and Charlie both have a brain condition which affects their movement, and Charlie can't walk, so relies on his wheelchair.
Anybody knows that having children with special needs is hard enough, and you need things like cars to make it easy for yourself, wheelchairs make it easy for yourself. It's just horrible. I just hope they feel as sick as I feel knowing what they've done to us as a family.
It'll be 6 weeks before Charlie can get a replacement wheelchair and longer before the new car arrives. So Sarah's friend set up a fundraising page online to help raise some money to replace other items that were stolen.
I had a mum from the school that I've only ever met once. She turned up to my house at 9:45 on the night with a bag of toys for the children, 2 portable DVD players and some money, which honestly, it's just, people have just got heart of gold. I really didn't expect this sort of response from people. The community's been fantastic.
Police are appealing for anyone who saw any suspicious activity in Westminster Place in West Heath on Saturday evening to contact them. They say Sarah's car still hasn't been found. Stacey Foster, ITV News.
Towns in the West Midlands have some of the highest number of empty shops in the country. That's according to a company that monitors shopping centres and retail parks in the UK. The local data company found that Burslem in Staffordshire is the worst for vacant shops in England. Rajiv Poppet reports.
According to Staffordshire Chamber of Commerce, the town of Burslem is an exciting place to be, with lots of new businesses opening up. But some parts resemble a ghost town. It's been named as the worst in the country for empty shops by the local data company. Just under 25% of shops here are vacant.
When I first started travel 20 odd years ago, it was a bustling town. You know, there was loads of activity, there was a market and everything, and just over the years it's just demised.
It's probably busier in the evenings actually, with sort of pubs and restaurants. Very quiet in the day. It's difficult.
Are you worried about the prospects of closing down yourself?
Possibly, yes. I mean, the decline of businesses around the area means that there may be days when you don't see a single person walking past, and you know, it's quite demoralising more than anything.
4 other towns in the West Midlands were also named as having the highest vacancy rates. These include West Bromwich, Walsall, Hanley and Stoke.
From the Chamber's point of view, we help quite a lot of businesses start up and spend their first few years, help them through their first few years of existence. And we are seeing that more and more of them are looking at both having a physical presence in the area as well as an online presence.
But while many businesses are closing their doors, David Bolton is opening an Italian restaurant at the end of the month in Burslem.
I think we've got to be positive. It's you can't just sit back and hope that things are going to change all of a sudden without any effort put in. So I just think you've got to push forward and make it happen.
Mr. Bolton says he's well aware of the risks and is nervous about the future, but he's confident that his hard work and positive attitude will pay off. Rajiv Pobbett, ITV News, Burslem.
Meanwhile, ambitious plans have been revealed to transform part of Birmingham city centre in the hope it can become the next Canary Wharf. The vision shows shiny office blocks rising around the 1980s built Snow Hill station, as well as the remodelling of the A38. Chris Halpin has the story.
Canary Wharf in London is a 1980s success story. From the same decade, Birmingham's Snow Hill? Perhaps not. But that could be about to change. That's because today came this master plan setting out a new vision for the area for, wait for it, the next 20 years. It's all about trying to build a bigger business district by rejuvenating the station itself, bringing Canary Wharf style from London to Birmingham, with a hope that it'll attract international businesses to base themselves here instead of the capital.
We're not seeking to be in competition with Canary Wharf, but to emulate some of what they've achieved.
There are new investors coming into the city and new occupiers coming into the city. What we need to do is create the right opportunities.
The plan also sees the opportunity to improve the area as a place to live. The A38 ring road has a chokehold around the city centre, so there's big changes planned for that too. Here the dual carriageway is out, tree-lined boulevards in, linking the Colmore district back to the jewellery quarter. But the vision doesn't come cheap, around £600 million. And at a time of council cuts, where can the cash come from?
Well, there might be some small amounts that will come in from the City Council in the way of infrastructure, but in the main it will come from the private sector. I was talking to people from the property world only yesterday, and they were saying that the investment in the city centre in this last year has been the highest since 2006.
If they can afford to spend that much, then why not?
I don't really think that it needs any changing.
Create jobs, boost the economy and make it a place people are proud to live in.
It does need a bit of a boost. We're not quite on par with London.
Across the city, Deutsche Bank is currently doubling its workforce in Birmingham to support its London operation. And with HS2 on the way, it's hoped more firms will follow their lead to attract the millions of investment the master plan needs. Chris Halpin, ITV News, Birmingham.
More immediately, let's take a look at the weather forecast. Here's Lucy.
What's in store for today? ITV Local Weather, sponsored by Centre Parks.
Hello, well, as if it wasn't chilly enough, it's turning even cooler over the next couple of days. We've got some snow showers and ice in the forecast as well. The high pressure that's controlling our weather at the moment, bringing the wind in from a cold northerly direction, will shift further north. The wind will swing round to an easterly direction on Friday, making it feel even colder, icy cold, and then a slight recovery in temperatures by the weekend. As for tonight, staying dry everywhere, but ice will be an issue overnight with those sub-zero temperatures. Tomorrow, snow showers quite possible, but these will gradually turn to rain through the day. Bye for now.
ITV Local Weather, sponsored by Centre Parks.
That's it from the newsroom. Stay warm. Good night.